Senate File 511 is the School District's Alternative Facilities Bonding and Levy Program and Deferred Maintenance Revenue Program Qualifications and Modification Bill. Under current law, the Alternative Facilities Program allows, but does not mandate, the large school districts with older buildings to levy and/or bond for deferred maintenance, repairs, and accessibility improvements. The program is open to smaller district only for specific health and safety projects that exceed $500,000. The criteria for approval of such projects is strict, so this is of limited use for small districts. Also of limited use to smaller schools is the Deferred Maintenance Revenue Program, which only provides $60 per student each year. This bill would make available to all school districts the Alternative Facilities Bonding Program rather than just the large school districts. The AFB program is really a wonderful program and has assisted 23 school districts to date in the state. But there's only 3 that are out of state: Duluth, Rochester, and St. Cloud. It has provided options to these districts to address their aging facilities. However, the program to date creates winners and losers. Outstate school districts, which I happen to represent 14 different school districts in my Senate district, have aging facilities also and need a mechanism to address this and should be expanded for everyone. I mentioned there are 23 school districts currently that do have this ability on the alternative facilities. Bonding is Anoka, Hennepin, Bloomington, Burnsville, Eden Prairie, Edina, Duluth, Elk River, Hopkins, Lakeville, Minneapolis, Minnetonka, Mounds View, North St. Paul, Osseo, Robbinsdale, Rochester, Rosemont, Roseville, South Washington, St. Cloud, St. Paul, Stillwater, and White Bear. So like I said, there's only 3 school districts in outstate Minnesota that qualify under this currently. If you remember, too, United South Central and Ms. Wetzel was up in front of your committee about this particular school district, and we were trying to get it into the bonding bill along with another school district that has. We sent pictures around showing the conditions of these of their school buildings, and I'm not just singling out them. I mean, we have aging facilities, as you know, Mr. Chair, out in greater Minnesota. We are definitely creating winners and losers. I think the fiscal note is somewhat skewed because we are giving responsibility to the school board members. We're not mandating that they bond or levy. We're just giving them the option. So I think that should be clearly stated that, once again, the fiscal note, I was before you last week, and that fiscal note was kind of out there too, but I think we should give the responsibility to the chairs and the members of the school board to determine whether they use this option or not. And we don't have any other options in Greater Minnesota, and this is clearly a disparity issue between metro and rural.
Thank you.
And Mr. Chair, members, I really appreciate this hearing because I do think this is a very important issue, and I know that you're going to be hearing about a bill next to expand this even farther to another school district. But I do think this is something that we can build on, perhaps improve, but let's not make the winners and losers like this bill has clearly made. So we're just in survival mode out there, as you all know. We won't go into that discussion, but we definitely need the help also.